Oh, my bad, Jack. Don't worry. We just was doing the roll call real quick. Yeah, you know, I got so much technology now, I be confusing myself, right? And then, see, I got new ways almost every week now that I'm using stuff. Like I'm inventing. Oh, my bad, Jack. Don't worry. We just was doing the roll call real. Not inventing, but you know, I'm just thinking of new ways to use the system all the time. You know, right now I'm a little bit under the weather. I actually wasn't even going to come in, but we're supposed to get a donation. Somebody sending us something, so we're going to see, you know, we're going to wait that out. But in the meantime, you know what I'm saying, I was just saying peace to West Coast Wise, Kasim Shabazz, 7, Maya, Smell Goods, True Self, RDM Chemistry, Knowledge Born, Alchemist the God, YU, Khalik Asil, SW, CERN Love, Felix Almanzar. You know what I'm saying? I had a whole live planned. The bar, Mr. Spot, what's the deal? You know, I had a whole live planned, and then I got involved, you know, when I looked at some of the videos that Infinite puts on the Law School and Mecca page, and then I watch the comments a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? See, I watch the comments a lot just on social media in general because you find out a lot about people, right? About what they supporting on there. Because see, a lot of them, they don't say nothing. They come to the rally, and when people say what they say peace, God build. And then they get on here and click like on all type of shit where it's like, oh, I see you. But, you know, it was just a little exchange on there that I think would be a lesson, you know, to everyone, you know. Other than that, before we get into that, right, you know what I'm saying, we're going to deal with that, dealing with Cipher Now, Equality Mind, right? All I'm saying is one mind. See, there's some things that people call now, they like, yo, you want everybody to be a follower, you want everybody to agree with you. We should call that being one mind. And we should see what we had to do as something that's serious. Like, we not playing games, where you could be over there doing your own thing, where we trying to do, you know, we trying to be successful in one great thing. You see what I'm saying? You know, but now they call that being a follower. So, you know, you know, I got, it's kind of an example to me where it's like, okay, the brother presented kind of like the counterpoint or whatever to what I'm saying in terms of, look, we need to be one mind. You know, he presented another idea to say that, nah, you know, we only need to, you know, study and experiment with supreme mathematics, and, you know, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Why should we have to go to New York? You know, I contend that, you know, when you deal with things like culture and lineage, you know what I mean, everything can't be written down on paper. You know what I'm saying? Every, you know, interaction between you and your grandmother or you and your great aunt or whatever, it can't be quantified, right, with arithmetic. You see what I'm saying? And the value, see, even this, right, if these videos stay up for any length of time when I'm not around no more, which I don't plan on that happening, but let's say that happens, right, it's going to be a different experience for the people who wasn't here to ask questions right now. They'll be able to observe it, right? But there'll be things, if it's a long enough time in the future, there'll be things that they're dealing with. Just like right now, we dealing with the internet that wasn't around in the 60s. So there'll be things that they're dealing with that won't be addressed in this. You know what I'm saying? Not in plain English. You know, the law that they'll need to apply is here, but that thing may not be mentioned amongst these lessons. You know, so I contend that, you know, it's kind of like that speech that Martin Luther King gave, where he was saying that, you know, all the different stuff that exists in a man's body, where he was like, you know, in a man's body, it's like enough gold for, you know, $2 and some change or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's enough silver for this much, enough this or whatever. And when he added it all up, right, it was like a small amount of money. I can't recall what it was. I think it was like less than $50. You know what I'm saying? But just to say that the measure of a man is more than that. You know what I mean? So, I'm just going to give y'all a chance to observe and, you know, y'all see what y'all think, you know. But before we get into that, we got to just deal with, right now, we're going to deal with some purely random Jews business. You know what I'm saying? You know, for all the people, I know y'all tuned in to, you know, see the civilization class, but you got to realize that, you know, this is the Random Jews channel, and we have to do things in order. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing right now, the first order of business, right, is we gonna look. We not going. We we not going into everything that's behind us. That's not what we doing. What we doing here is, look. We taking votes right now for replacing Crying Jordan. We gonna retire. We gonna retire Crying Jordan, at least for now. We putting his jersey up in the rafters where they belong. That's what we doing. We retiring Michael Jordan's jersey right now. You know what I'm saying? Now this right here, what you're looking at, this is option one right here. I want y'all to remember when we get to the voting, that was option one, right? Now look, this here is option two to replace Crying Jordan, right? Like right now, the last one, you're going to type 1 in the comment box if you want option 1, right, to replace Crying Jordan. You know what I'm saying? This right here is option 2. You know what I'm saying? Keep this in mind right here. Keep this in mind as option 2, right, to replace Crying Jordan. We either going to replace him. We got, you know, now hold on, Cipher Divine, before we, you know, we got one more. You know, let's just make sure we want to be well informed. We want to be well informed before we make our final decision here. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, look, it's you know, we got to consider this thing carefully, man. This is Michael Jordan here that we replacing. They say, you know, you don't just replace Michael Jordan with anything and anybody. You know what I mean? So look, we're not gonna make it too difficult, but we got one more option. Y'all got options 1 and 2, right? This is option 3 right here. Brother Garfield podcast. Is this the Brother Garfield that you battle back and forth with the Hebrew Israelites? Shout out to Brother Garfield. I actually was watching you. If that's you, I was watching Brother Garfield yesterday. I was watching him yesterday. He was definitely going for the smoke. But this right here is option 3 to replace Crying Jordan. To replace Crying Jordan, right? This is option 3. Later on, when we have when the ballots is in, right? When we go to the ballots, y'all got the 3 options to replace Crying Jordan. You gotta but yeah, shout out to Brother Garfield. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the channel. Oh, see, Wise Prince, you ahead of me already. Wise Prince asked if I'm gonna make a meme of the Chris and Will interaction. I mean, I don't know how we cannot recognize the opportunity to retire Crying Jordan. You know, but this here, what I wanted to get into right now is a little something where you can kind of tell, like I said, y'all can bear witness to this interaction on your own. You know what I mean? This is on. Let me see if okay. This is on the video on Inf Mega's page, on the Law School of Mecca page, where the title is "The Further You Get Away from the Root." Right?
This child's name is Hassan, and without food, he wouldn't.
Hold on, dude. I just want y'all to. I'm just going to read the interaction, and y'all tell me what y'all think. So, his first comment is, the root is supreme mathematics and science, not a city. Anything else y'all advocating is religion. And this is Supreme Scientist. I don't know if y'all know him or not, but this is Supreme Scientist, right? And like I said, what he has to say about what is. See, like I said, some things people look at the 5% and they put us in a vacuum. But I'm saying, if you are Egyptologist, right, it might behoove you to actually go to Egypt and see the tablets or the pyramids and the hieroglyphics for yourself. Like if you do yoga or whatever and you want to take it to a certain level, right, you might go to India and research the lineage. You know what I'm saying? Yoga, Kung Fu, all these different things have a certain lineage. If you're a historian, right, and you find out, hold on for a second. Yeah, so I really don't know what is so odd, about the suggestion that, one might come to see the actual hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? Like, the actual people that, you hear these stories. So you say, you dealing with the supreme mathematics or whatever, right? You got that through a lineage of people. And some of those people are still around. So, what would be odd about, going to have some experience amongst them, is what I mean when I say, look, once you get to a certain age where your pride would cause you not, well, let me not say what it caused you to do. For me, right, that would be my pride getting in the way of me learning something. Because Now I feel like I'm submitting to this man, right? And not just dealing with the science of reality. That people with more experience teach people with less experience. But, like I said, y'all already know how I see it. Y'all can see the interaction right here. So, my response is science is about experimentation and observation in order to learn about the universe. So are you saying having more experience with living out supreme mathematics and science counts for nothing? What is wisdom in your supreme mathematics? Now we need to know what you made born, not theory. Tell me how you showed and proved that Harlem is not the root and that Allah and not Muhammad is the founder of this knowledge. It's curious how you reverted straight to Muslim talk. So he responds, cities don't have experience, people do. And living supreme mathematics isn't dependent on an area code. Your assumption is false. Time, age, and experience doesn't produce wisdom. No, it's the intelligent, wise use of one's time, age, and experience that qualifies as wisdom. So a younger person can have more wisdom than an older one if the younger person is more careful and considerate with their observation and experiences in life. And the old person can be a big dummy if he isn't. So what is your metric for determining that Harlem guys have more experience living out the math and science than anywhere else? Answer that. Now, maybe I said something about that in the video. I don't, I saw the video, you know what I'm saying? So big, but I don't recall ever saying that. I recall saying that Harlem, USA is the foundation of this knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to answer his question, I would just say personal experience. I know them. I seen what they do. I seen what y'all do. But I digress. He also says, I don't know if this is a little bit out of order here. Right? He says, I think the way this goes, because the way this is posted, it makes it look like he posted these back to back, but I don't think that's what happened. Right? So, I think I asked him this first. I said, so in other words, you don't have anything to show and prove what you're saying. It just makes you feel good to say it. I heard you the first time. I asked you to show and prove objectively through what you produce. You don't know a tree by what it says. You know it by the fruit it bears. And then he says, he might have said this back to back, I ain't sure, but he says, because it can be argued that gods and earths in places like Cream City, C Medina, D Mecca, in the South, out West, etc., in fact, had to do more experimentation and observation to show and prove and live out their teachings because they didn't have 59,999 guys on every block telling them what to think. Instead of running to people in buildings for quick answers, they ran to supreme mathematics and science. My knowledge degree doesn't say the cream of 125th Street, father of Harlem, and God of New York, so I don't worship any city. I'm saying that every city has its best, poor, and worst in terms of 5%, including Mecca. I'm against pretending that making the highs to Harlem makes you more true in living. Now, I gotta stop right there. I got to stop right there. Look, everybody, if you was watching in the background, come back to the forefront. Because I need, listen, because see, we have a good cross-section. We got a good cross-section of people on this channel here. for a second. I got to pull that up. Wait a minute here. Wait a goddamn minute here. This is me right now. We got a nice cross section of people on here, like from West Coast wise, right? Out in Oregon, right? Who else we got here? Look, we got the bar down in Baltimore. Who we got in the South? We got anybody in the South in here? Cause I would have asked y'all, you know, do any of y'all feel as though y'all put in more work than us? Is that how y'all really feel? Is it? Come on, open. Don't. See, because I know what people do. You talk shit when we not around. See, don't be in the background. Don't be in the background telling motherfuckers y'all could bomb me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all would be able to bomb me, except I'm just on that New York shit. I need to know. I have to stop here and ask. Is there anybody in here that feels that way? Yeah, I agree with him. Or does he mean that it's more difficult that Qasim Shabazz said he feels that way? We may have to enlarge the picture. We may have to enlarge the picture there.
You okay?
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm waiting on, Qasim Shabazz said he's from the South. I thought he was saying that he actually felt that he put in more work than brothers from, I mean, I suppose a brother would say that, you had to travel. It probably is more work for you to travel from Washington, D.C., right, to a law school in Mecca than it is for me to travel, like, literally it was 2 train stops. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a, but to say you worked harder, now I don't think you know. I don't think you understand, because what you're complaining about is that we're giving you a hard time, when this is just the way that we learned it. So how is it that y'all learn? I'm not getting it. You know what I mean? But I needed to stop and ask y'all that. My bad. You know, we had to have a little conversation over here. But let's get back to the action over here, right? So I think after that is when I made my comments. So in other words, you have nothing to show and prove what you're saying. It just makes you feel good to say it. I heard you the first time. I asked you to show and prove objectively through what you produce. You don't know a tree by what it says. You know by the fruit it bears. Then he says, simple. If it can't be shown and proven via supreme mathematics or science, then it's not objective, reliable, actual fact of reality, regardless of what Harlem or Allah said. That is how I show and prove that neither of them are the root. Founder versus foundation. You don't understand the difference? Allah isn't my foundation. If Allah is your foundation, then you're religious because it puts you under another man's teachings. How do you determine if what Allah taught was right and exact? If it's just because he says so, then congratulations, you're a Muslim. However, if you have a methodology independent of that man for determining what's true or false, then that is your actual foundation. This shouldn't be controversial or difficult to understand. So my response is, bro, what have you produced with your teaching? It's cool taking shots in New York and all. People tell us what to think here. I understand. But what have you produced? So his response is, amen, Pastor Christ. Yeah, ancient goat herders in the Middle East probably could only tell a tree by its fruit. Now I gotta stop here. I gotta stop. I got to stop here, G. Is it me? Is it me, or is this starting to become like the lady at the circus, like the contortionist lady? Like, all we talking about is if Harlem is the root of this now. That's what we talking about. And somehow we end up talking about goat herders. We end up talking about goat herders in the ancient Middle East. Is it me, or we? Do we have to go that far to come up with reasoning of how New York is not the foundation? That's what we do. But I digress. Let's get back. To me, that was just a little bit crazy right there. Yeah. Ancient goat herders in the Middle East probably could only tell a tree by its fruit. Great. Now in the 21st century, we have science, dendrology. Trees can also be identified by their leaves, bark, buds, flowers, seeds, color, texture, size, shape, location, growing habits, etc. Shit, we can even analyze the chemical signatures in timber to determine what forest it originated from, to see if it was imported illegally. We don't have to recycle Bible verses in order to identify and classify trees. Well, some of us don't. This is really... You see, well, let me let y'all make your own decision. Reread what you wrote, Harlem homie. You never said anything about objectively through what you produce. You asked me to show and prove Allah in Harlem isn't the root. I did that, so now you're moving the goalposts. I'll chase your red herring, though. Well, I produced the mind. He produced the mind. A family and taught people who all agree that hero worship and making cities holy is irrational, counterproductive, and the very antithesis of science and living supreme mathematics. Of course, a man who teaches that some other man is his foundation wouldn't agree because his only standard of measurement is another man. And then he has an arrow pointing to the LGBTQIA flag. Duly noted. The soundness and validity of an argument should be evaluated independent of the person proposing it. For example, a drug addict can argue that using drugs is unhelpful while they themselves are using drugs. It is a statement of fact. Pointing out their hypocrisy or inconsistent behavior still would not be evidence that their argument is wrong. It's just an attack against their character. Woo! Woo! That's rich. It's just an attack against their character. This is a man who referred to me as pastor. A man who says that the way that I teach is synonymous with the LGBTQIA community. But now we're talking about attacking characters ad hominem. You're basically admitting that you are unable to disprove what I said, so you're trying to inject irrelevant, unrelated elements into the conversation, and this is what you think MFers need to lose time hopping on planes to learn. Thumbs down, yeah, okay. So again, I don't know which order this came in, right? I recall responding first, but the way the order says here, it says, who's really in their feelings here? LOL. Easy there, gunslinger. No one is taking shots at your beloved mosque or your holy city. I got mad love for a lot of now why guys. See, I even said mad like New Yorkers. This isn't personal, it's mathematics. You're trying to make it personal because you don't have the mathematics. You can't show and prove that the physical distance from your city makes one less true in living. That is what your little video is advocating. You got called on that bullshit, and now you're Jordan crying face mad. Fuck your feelings. Show and prove. Duly noted. So I respond here. In my original post, I asked, what have you made born? You do know supreme mathematics is a language, right? I was asking you to show and prove your supreme mathematics and science is the root. Where's the civilization you founded where you are? This isn't just technology you can download. This is a culture. Can you show me how you can absorb and live out a culture you've never come in contact with? So he responds, again, you're asking me personal questions that aren't relevant. Science and living supreme mathematics doesn't require me to be in Harlem or worship Allah as my foundation. If you heard me the first time, then why are you repeating the question? Do you mean to say that the 5% culture only exists in Harlem? You're bringing up more unrelated shit. So I respond, peace. No, I'm asking you what you produce. You said you taught some people who don't hero worship. Where's this place where you're teaching? What's your righteous name? He replies, my name is Supreme Scientist, and I enjoy sunsets, long walks in the park, shaking my head. Let me guess, you're trying to make me a foundation too, with all of these personal questions. I'm originally from Cream City, and I taught wherever I am was. Now that that's out of the way, are you going to show and prove that physical distance from Harlem makes God less true and living? Or are you going to need my social security number, mother's maiden name, and kindergarten teacher first? So I respond, you keep talking like you've answered any question. I don't know you and you don't know me. You're the one making assumptions about me. I'm asking, where are these people? You've said you lived it out, but who or what is on the planet that I can witness as the best part of who you are? It's clear we don't agree. What I can always do is observe undeniable fact. You said you've taught wherever you are, so there should be God and earth in all those places. So I'm asking you, where are these people? I asked you what your righteous name is to see if your name is Allah. Now that you let me know it's not Allah, we could go from there. So here he goes, right? He responds, hold on. So you make hundreds of videos and rack up thousands of hours making YouTube videos for complete strangers. But when someone disagrees with you, oh, now you need names and cities and students before you can answer a simple question. Now hold on for a second. Let me back this bus up. In case, because see, maybe with all the carnage here, y'all didn't catch that. Maybe with all the carnage, y'all didn't catch that. Did y'all catch that? I'm back over here. I'm looking in the comment section here. I'm back in the comment. Did any of y'all catch that? Did any of y'all catch that? Oh, Carmen's Lonely, he's been on the channel before? I didn't know. But I did kind of figure that, wow, this guy's really taking shots at me. Whoa there. I got sons. You can't just be saying I'm LGBTQIA. But it's not the deflection, son. Did you see how he threw y'all under the bus? Y'all didn't catch that, did y'all? Hold on, let me back this bus up. Let me read that one more time. So you can make hundreds of videos and rack up thousands of hours making YouTube videos for complete strangers, but when someone disagrees with you, oh, now you need names and cities and students before you can answer a simple question. So now we're all the way to throwing the Random Jews audience under the bus, right? Y'all have to be all people who haven't shown and proven. You see how you become the bad guy? You see why you gotta just embrace it? See why you gotta just embrace it? See, love is something you can tell where it comes from. Hate is always out of nowhere, right? Woo! Gotta get my Ric Flair. Me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, back to y'all peons. So you can make hundreds of videos and rack up thousands of hours making YouTube videos for complete strangers, but when someone disagrees with you, Oh, now you need names and cities and students before you can answer a simple question. Yeah, okay, you're deflecting. I could list off their names and cities and you still wouldn't know me. You got personal questions, DM me or hit me on the horn to build on that. The last time I checked, the title of, wait, hold up. The last time I checked, what happened? Oh, it closed back up. My fault. Here it goes. The last time I checked, the title of the video wasn't the 25,000 year history of supreme scientists. If you can't show and prove what you said, we could have ended this before it started. So I reply here, precisely. I have hundreds of videos, and being that you know about them, I'd have to ask you why you've been lying on me. You've accused me of many things that anyone who knows my videos would know is false. You're still assuming about me to this moment. We could build right here in public. You didn't make your post in the DM. This exchange is priceless. Everyone that reads these comments will see that you couldn't answer any question to back up what you're saying. You attack me, call me names, and accuse me falsely, and your name is not Allah. You provided a counterpoint to the video, and now people can weigh and judge for themselves how they want to see the importance of the root of this knowledge. So, in the time since we've been on the video, right? We've been on the video, it says here 47 minutes. 45 minutes ago, we get this response. Exactly, perfect example of why people need to fly to Harlem to learn how to ask a lot of irrelevant personal questions on YouTube and then make excuses and run when asked to stay on topic. Talking about, he called me names. Yeah, I did, Kimmy. You're doing all that typing, you could have answered the damn question. Wise people don't need to ask 1,000 questions about someone before they build and add their knowledge to the cipher. If they do that, then it's usually because they don't have a foundation of knowledge to begin with. They have another man as their foundation. Again, the LGBTQIA flag. Good luck with that. I'm lying, multiple things. Aren't these your words, Kimmy? So he has a marker here for the 1 minute and 17-second mark. It wasn't no deep metaphorical shit about the root either, because when the brother said he was over an hour away from you, you replied at 1 minute and 43 seconds. That means you are advocating the physical distance from a law school in Mecca means having less experience living out supreme mathematics and science. Don't backpedal now, almighty Harlem God. We should be seeing more light from you on this bill. I've already had a bunch of little out of town guys hit me up and say your math ain't adding up. All we're seeing is more random rules. That's a good one. I gotta give him. Hey, listen, give that man a round of applause. You know how we do here, Random Jewels. You know how we do here. Yeah, man, his flowers. That was a good one. More random rules. Supreme scientists. Or we're seeing as more random rules and regulations. But let me guess. If you don't know their names, then they don't exist, right? LOL. Instead of building here and answering the questions I ask now, you're going to do what you do best. Make another YouTube video on your page crying to your congregation. Whoa! Whoa! That is right through y'all. We gotta get a Jason. We gotta get Jason now. We gotta get a Jason me. Whoa! Woo! Woo! Did y'all hear that? Woo! Hey, I must have really gave this guy the business. Wait, hold on. Mission 120. Did I give him the business like that? I'm says, maybe trying to sell some more t-shirts. Great job, builder. I said, you made hundreds of videos, not that I watched them. For real. Not that you watched them, okay. It says, I was shaking my head. I saw about 5 of them boring joints, and that's only because one of my brothers from Cream City was in there. Whoa! Expose yourself. Expose yourself. Whoever is this guy's people, come out into the open. He just threw you under the bus. Now that's foul. See, that's the type of thing, that's what I'm saying. That's your coach, that's your man, that's your coach that he's going to say, right, in a room full of lions, look, where we make random rules and regulations. So I'm supposing we got random penalties too, right? So he's going to let them know in a room like that you're his man. He's your brother. That's what he says here. Because one of my brothers from Cream City was in there. Who knows this guy? Step out on the mat. Explain this shit. Let me know if you're going to answer the question I asked. If not, you should probably have your man change the title. It's not a good look to teach separation in religion, but I don't have Allah in my name, so nothing I say is right and exact. Yeah. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Muhammad, shaking my head. So yeah, we're going to come back in the room over here for a second. You know what I mean? I need to know. Cream City, yeah, to the podium. Yeah. Calling Cream City. Can somebody from Cream City step to the forefront? If that's your man, let us know. See, because to me now is you know, after this kind of talking, it's fairly clear why you don't want to come to New York. Or is it just me thinking, you know, to me, it's fairly clear why you don't want to come to New York after that kind of talk. Come on, you got Cream City. We need it. Somebody step up. That's where he claims he's from. We don't have no Cream City in the building all of a sudden. But I mean, you know, what was our actual interaction? I must have gave this guy the business, man. And he's seriously mad. But see, look, didn't I say, look, just the last video. That's what you do. When you don't want to deal with what's right, you say, Darkim is picking on me. I don't fall for that.
Peace of light.
Peace. Oh, these messages, this is on Infinite's page, on the Law School and Mecca page, there's a video. That, wait, hold on. I'll tell you exactly what it says. It says, the further you get away from the root. You know what I'm saying? And this individual right here, supreme scientist, is, yeah, he's responding he's responding. He's responding to the video in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just for the record, everyone, what I did is I just put another post that said, duly noted. Duly noted. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, now look, here's one more thing I want to point out to y'all. There's one more thing I want to point out to y'all, right? Is that in these comments, right? Here's one, right? It has 1 like, right? One has 3 likes right here. Another one with 3 likes. Another one with 3 likes. Another one with 3 likes. Now, one with 9 likes. One with 7 likes. One with 8 likes. One with 14 likes. 11 likes. 15 likes on the original post, right? Now, somebody tell me what that means. Somebody tells me what does that make you think of? And look, those could be all the same people. So let's just assume that they the same 15 people, just different, combination. What does that tell you? He got fans, 10%, injustice. See, what that tells me is 15 motherfuckers out there amongst y'all, right, that think like that. And y'all haven't weeded them the fuck out yet. Whoever's those 15 people, they people that you walk around saying, yeah, that's the guy. See, that's why you gotta examine. That's why when people come around me, you know what I'm saying? People say, yo, you know, you see me out there, peace. You jumping all out the window. AllahChrist says they not amongst us, they could be random. He said that he's been hearing from people that say the same thing. You know, out of towners. See, like I said, whatever it is that you said, like, look, when I was a kid, right, we had a field trip to Washington, D.C. We went to the place, we saw the Constitution, we went to George Washington House, we went to Thomas Jefferson House, you know, we went to a couple, you know, that. So, you know, I don't really understand, you know, what his point is, you know. But see, like I said, that's when you deal with the logic. But I'm just telling y'all, be aware, right, that a lot of the people that be espousing these ideas, they be people that be amongst you, they just don't say nothing. And see, if you don't examine them, you would never know. It's like a lot of that stuff he said is sounding all intelligent, right? But see, I see who your culture is. See, that's what I see. You can tell me all about your experimentation. But see, that what you teaching, where that's going to get you. Arabi, teaching like that, where that's going to get you on the streets of Brooklyn. SW, What is that going to get you on the streets of Newark? And you walk outside, and that's your culture. You're talking all this shit about your system to figure shit out, but you can't figure out how to deal with your own brother. Watch how a person just react to a question. See, from by the time we become students enrolled, we get introduced to the question and answer format. And see, another thing we get introduced to, right, is the difference between academia and the real world. So in your world of academia, right, in your world of academia, a whole bunch of things could be true. But when you actually put that into practice, so your logic is not going to weigh more on the scale than the actual empirical data that we observe. Everything don't always go how it go on paper. See, on paper, this guy is 6'5", 250. And this guy is 5'7", 150. But it don't always go how it go on paper. And see, how do you get to know all those real-time, real-life variables until you actually get out there in real time, in real life? So you can say, look here, man, I got this theory where I'm going to go outside and fly this kite. But then when you get out there, what if it ain't no wind? Now you have to adjust to that. That's what happens in real life. Like, here's an individual. See, ideas like that, from my point of view of looking at it, is just plain stupid. Like, if you got somebody over here, right, who's already made the mistakes that you don't need to make, right? Why would you ignore that because you feel like you equal to me? That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean when I tell you, man, that once you can no longer be a student enrolled, you need to get the fuck on. See, because that's what the fuck it says. It says you're a student enrolled, and then it gives you fucking instructions that's supposed to be learned 100% before submitting substudent to said lesson number 1. See, y'all just let a motherfucker go lesson number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then they come out talking this crazy shit. See, a lot of this shit you gotta look at, like, see people talking like that. Let me tell you something I've noticed. That type of talking that he's doing to me right now, I've never seen people talk like that to each other in person. I'm not saying they don't, but in the circles that I travel in, I've never seen people talking to each other like that. All of this, referencing people, you know what I'm saying, as, affiliated with the LGBTQIA community. Shout out to them, but I'm not there. Inviting each other to the Frank stand, all these different things. The people, I've never seen men talk to each other like that in person. See, all of this is the reason why you got to understand the culture. And I'm still waiting for whoever's in here from Cream City that knows that cat. Where you at? My girl Chris said, this is the guy who got bombed by Love Eternal, Rob Bourne, and Darkim. Let me officially thank you guys. Y'all saved my life to the full extent. Peace. I'm still here and love y'all, brothers. Listen, it had, if this is how I say it. If you've been in this nation any length of time and you've never been bombed, you've been around the wrong people. I don't know of a person, from firstborn on down, I don't know of one person that hasn't been bombed. You see, certain things that's a part of your training. Like, see, you're gonna have to get out there and use your mind, your ideas, and your wisdom to save lives. So the same way, you're gonna have to spar. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to spar. You're gonna have to get used to receiving some bombs and being able to respond in a manner that's right and exact. Because you've already dealt with that. So yeah, don't feel bad. Every single one of us has been there. And if they haven't, they're not one of us. It's as simple as that. Because you got to think, you coming from a whole other world with a whole other mindset that's been being burned into you from the time you was a child. So there's aspects of things that you think and things that you do and things that you say that you don't even realize reflect the Christianity that's been ingrained in you. Just the whole way of you looking at the knowledge when you come into it, right? You can only relate to it based on the experience you already had, and that experience is going to be religious. You understand what I mean? So, even like, yeah, you've accepted the basis. But then it really, come into this mindset, yeah, it's certain things that you've been attached to. You came, emotionally, mentally, everything attached to that, you about to be ripped away from that. There's things that you've built up a history in doing, right? Where you made a name for yourself in that. And you come in here and you find out, yeah, we don't fuck with that world. We mastered that world by leaving it the fuck alone. How about that? We don't do that. There's all these different things you're going to get bombed about. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is a whole other world. So it's not, it's really, you got to remember this too. See, we like when you look at the build degree, I don't know what degrees you want, right? I don't know what degrees you want, but when you look at the 8th degree, right, and you're dealing with the cold current causing drops of water or drops of ice or light fluffy form. In that degree, you the sun. So yeah, all of this stuff is happening, but that's supposed to be happening below you. See, that would be a great, not for nothing, the way this topic just flowed would be a great segue into, wait a minute, y'all. Wait, stop. It would be a great segue into replacing the crying Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna do it like that. We're not gonna do it like that. Put that up. You know what I'm saying? Alright, we got JF. JF came in. Yeah, so that, you gotta remember that. You know what I'm saying? That and I'm gonna tell you another thing too, in terms of when you look at the degree itself, right? Where it talks about high explosions, right? And you deal with earthquakes and volcanoes and the things of that nature that's dealing with the high explosives. That's the most fertile land. Like, I don't think it's another kind of land that's more fertile than that volcanic rock. That's how creation takes place. Yeah, it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't gonna make it. But at the end of the day, that's how things is created. Not, in your academic world where, we just have a kind of primordial stew and life just pops out of it. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying with that, AllahChrist, right, is that science that you get bombed on, right, the same way the remnants of that volcano or that earth that was brought to the surface with that earthquake, right? That becomes very creative. So see, all that stuff that you was getting bombed on, right? If you was paying attention, right, you want to draw all that up. You see, that's going to be, the grounds, the knowledge and wisdom that you gain from that, right, is going to help your understanding grow immensely. You see what I mean? Because there's lots of brothers that, depending on your personality, even me myself, you know what I'm saying? If it's not really something, I'm here in the class, so this is, I'm doing it. But I'm saying the regular day, I'm doing shit. I don't have all day just be sitting around talking. But see, if something comes up, and y'all notice from experience, anybody that's watched the channel for a length of time, when something comes up that, gets me a little bit hyped, now this is when the signs start coming out. This when I really, start, I'm going this degree, that degree, boom, 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 during the cross-referencing, where it's like, if you really paying attention, you can get caught up in the person I'm talking about. Or you could be listening like, the guy dropped that, I didn't know that. You know what the guy said? Yeah, I didn't know that. That's what I used to do. I just sit there, while, the firstborn used to be going at it. Now, I'm talking not just the firstborn, now-born, I'm saying like, the older brothers from the 60s and the early 70s, they used to be going at it. And I used to just be there, like, they would be talking, Allah said this, and you remember we was there, and that happened, and boom, I'm like, whoa, snap, what, that happened? And so, whatever's going on, just do the knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? see, well, inquiring minds need to know. Let me see if he sent me. Let me see if he responded. Because really, like I said, to me, it's perfect. You know what I'm saying? In terms of as far as I'm concerned, you provided a great example of that side of that side of the issue. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's a good example of look, qualifying or disqualifying yourself. That's a perfect example right there of qualifying or disqualifying yourself. See, like I said, with anything, if you go over to the college, right? You go down to Columbia University and you want to be a student, and they say your SAT score wasn't high enough, so you can't get in. It wasn't the school that disqualified you. It's not even the test that disqualified you. It's not the score that disqualified you. You disqualified yourself with all the stuff you were supposed to be doing to be prepared. That's when you was disqualified. And then you want to blame the people that just had to be the bearer of the bad news, man. You blaming the person who just had enough heart to tell you, nah, that ain't it, son. But see, like I told you, that's the people that really love you, man. The people that's always going along with you, they don't love you. See, like I said, if I tell y'all right now, look, I feel like a lion. If I call up West Coast Wise right now and say, West Coast Wise, I'm about to jump on the plane. When I land, I need you to take me down to the Seattle Zoo and so I could jump in the lion's den. Now see, if West Coast Wise pick me up at the airport and take me to his house and say, yo, God, you okay, guys? How you see today's mathematics, guys? No, we're not going down to the zoo, guys. Stop it. See, that's showing me love. You see, if he take me down there and say, hey, God, why don't you strap this steak on? Rub this steak all over you. Rub this blood all over you. And then jump in there. So you can have the experience. I want to support your experience. See, if you do that, he don't love me, son. Not the 5% would. You said, okay, boy. Oh, do you know Supreme Scientist? You know? Yeah, that too, K-Bar. And apparently, I was informed a few minutes ago that I let him have it some time ago. I don't know how long. But apparently, he was on the channel before. And, if you go on Infinite's page and see some of the things he said about me, I mean, he is clearly, look, that must have been that must have been a masterpiece. Because K-Boy, you know me, I bomb people all the time when I see them, they say peace. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. K-Boy accuses me of running certain people off of the internet. You know, I don't recall that. Get out of here, K-Boy. That cannot be. That can't be, K-Boy. Why would you say something like that? And that man's in here talking shit about me. That man's in here talking cash shit about me, K-Boy. And then you gonna say he's a fan of Fame Labs. K-Boy, how you gonna make that? Don't make that man look like that. Don't, get the fuck out of here. That's him. He's the dude that made the fake Amsterdam news article. First of all, fuck is he still doing around? Wasn't he exiled? That can't be him. K-Boy, these last two, K-Boy, get out of here, K-Boy. I have to kick you out now. I gotta kick you out, K-Boy. There's no way. There's no way those last two statements you made could be true. There is absolutely no way those last two statements you just made could be true, K-Boy. It is not. You are not talking about the guy that got exiled because he made a fake Amsterdam news article claiming Allah said things that he never said in an article, in an interview that never occurred. You couldn't be talking about that guy. That's not the guy you're talking about, K-Boy. See, one thing, you gotta watch K-Boy. You gotta stop K-Boy sometimes just like this. K-Boy, that can't be him. He cannot be a fan of Fame Labs music. He can't be. It's not possible. Yeah, he made up a fake article, you know what I'm saying, and put it on, I think it was Facebook, but this was like a while back. Like this was, Facebook wasn't that old. No, he wasn't around when the father was around. And it was the same thing. See what he said? One of his brothers was in the room. It was the same thing. When he put that article, there was only one brother who knew of him over the internet or something. Like nobody actually knew him. But I'm talking figuratively about the guy that did that, right? What I'm saying is, this couldn't be the guy. Couldn't be. Can't be the guy. There's no way he's that guy, K-Boy. And he's a fan of Fame Labs music. That couldn't be the guy. That couldn't be the guy that's calling me, affiliating me with the LGBTQIA community. You can't. That cannot be the same guy. God, come on. We gotta use our brains, K-Boy. We gotta use our brains. Because this would just be too, see, I try to give people the benefit without the doubt, man. Look, I gotta ask him. I gotta ask him, man. Hold on, man. I gotta make another post, man. Give me a second here. It's not gonna take long. I got to ask. Are you the guy that wrecked the buffet at the dinner party? Hold on, just give me a second here. Hold on, let me throw on a little Fame Labs. We throw on a little Fame Labs here. Give ourselves some flowers. So let's see how he responds to that. Hey, love. All right. Exactly. Make me feel like Axel Foley, man. You know what I'm saying? He tried to give me the fall for the banana and tailpipe again or something, man. But it just goes to show you, man, the character of the people, man. See, that's the part, son. That's what I'm saying, G. The character and the mindset, right, and the actions of these people that say they us, G. What does that count for? Just the way of life and how we do things together, man. See, that's what people ain't understanding. All these people with that individual shit, see, we as the guys gotta do things. See, I'm not a follower. It's just that if we're not doing it together, I'm not down. That's why you don't see me doing my own thing. I'm not doing my own thing in my personal life. But in terms of we doing something and it involves the nation, if we not doing it, I'm not down. I'm not doing it, I'm out. That be the shit you be hearing about when motherfuckers be like, yo, who's the star? Yeah, nah, he wasn't there. You know, some shit y'all ask me about, be like, yeah, I don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on that committee. You see what I'm saying? You know, like for instance, the reason I didn't know nothing about the trademark, because I'm not down. I'm not with no shit like that. If we not doing it, I'm not doing it. In terms of my own personal life, if I have an item, right, or whatever it is, that I'm like, alright, you know what I'm saying, I want to trademark this, whatever it is, if it's my logo, if it's one of my shirt designs, whatever it might be, I'll do that. But if we talking about something for the nation, guys, then either we doing it or I'm not with it. This is the kind of mentality that you get from these kind of people that's talking like that. See, like I said, some people call it being a follower. At one time, we used to call it being one mind. And see, I said it before, and I'm going to keep saying it. See, Everybody wants it to be like it was back in the days, but don't nobody want to do what we were doing back in the days. See, if you got a religious mindset, then you think, oh, we was just born at a particular time. Or we was just born in a particular place. Or we just knew particular people. Yeah, all of that was facts. But the real fact is what the fuck we did with that. But if you still got this religious mindset, right, where you don't understand, say, all right. So now you're going to accuse me of the religious mindset. See, this is simple. We don't have a monopoly on being God. We don't have a monopoly on knowledge coming before wisdom. See, all the time, when we look into other teachers, whether it's the Bible, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Judaism, whatever it is, and we see evidence in that teaching, right, where they teach that, they're teaching that the black man is God in there too. So we don't have no monopoly on that. But what I don't understand is if you got all this shit to talk about us, why do you want to be with us? Like, I've never gotten that. Listen, I'm talking about from a little kid, that was something I didn't understand about integration. Like, to this day, when people be like, yo, you know, we moved in this neighborhood and they burn crosses in our yard and threw toilet paper. Like, nigga, why would I want to live someplace like that? Nigga, I just didn't get that. Why do you want to be around some people that you don't like and they don't like you? What is your point? See, this is what shows you people is losing it, right? Once again, that would be a great segue into the replacement of the crying Jordan, but we're not even going to do that. We're not even going to do that. But it just shows you, I'm saying, what kind of behavior is that? What kind of person displays that kind of behavior? Like, why is it that we're finding good with you going your way, but you need us to accept you? Is anybody else noticing that about these people? Who knows, man? See, one thing y'all gonna have to understand, right, is the devil, right? The devil just means the ops. Like the concept and the definition, right? The concept and the definition of devil, right? It, you know, throughout the etymology and all that, it just means opposer. So if a motherfucker is opposing, right? Here's the thing that people is doing when they say that. You got the knowledge a particular way, and now you want to destroy that way. Like, how is that not some 10% shit? I don't get it. Like, think about that. I got the knowledge from certain people, you know, right here. And those people, some of them are still around. And I'm telling you that you can go meet them people, right? And, you know, maybe even have an experience that leads to greater understanding because they're older and more experienced when they're dealing with you than when they was dealing with me. right? But then you got somebody else telling you, nah, you don't need to go over there. All you gotta do is talk to me. And I'm the one that want people to follow. Like, what kind of shit is that? Like, anything you did and shit. Like, if you went in the kitchen and got a sandwich, right? Your little sister said, where you got that sandwich from, right? But you threw the fucking bread out. You threw the bread out after you made your sandwich. I've never understood that. How did you get the knowledge one way, but then you want to destroy it that way? So we'll see, man. We'll see. But like I said, you know, part of the real deal is that, who are these people? Like I said, man, who is it? We usually have a lot of people in here from Cream City. For some reason today, after Mr. Scientific Supreme or Supreme Scientific, whatever his name is, right? After he said, one of his good brothers from Cream City is in the room, suddenly we have no one from Cream City. Like, remember when Kenosha was going on? There's a whole bunch of people from Cream City coming in to tell us what's going on in Cream City. Yeah, Apex. We got the wordsmith here. The wordsmith says that the word, the devil, the etymology of that, it means adversary. You know what I'm saying? And that's the magical, mystical idea of the mystery God developed. The other magical, mystical ideas of the devil and hell and all of these things started to develop. It's okay. One thing y'all don't know about us, we got a long memory over here on Random Jews. We got a long memory over here on Random Jews, so it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but eventually somebody from Queen City is going to pop their head up again and say, shouting out, coming at you from Cream City. And we're going to have to ask you about your man, Supreme Scientific. We're going to have to ask you, what about all these teachers? He's claiming that he's doing all this teaching. So is that how y'all see things in Cream City? Let me see if he responded to him being the person. To him being that guy. And look, whoever, he's still getting likes on these what's the names. Like, look here. Even on this last one, where he was talking cash shit, where the only way I responded was just duly noted. You know what I'm saying? He got 4 likes on that. So there's 4 of y'all out there somewhere who want to refer to me by Kimmy. Affiliate me with the LGBTQIA flag. Basically advocate this, now, is somebody get Infinite in? Somebody get Infinite in. Somebody reach out, Infinite. I got a question for him, man. See, y'all know I would do. See, I broadcast off the phone now, so I can't do some of the things that I used to do. Like I said, we're gonna improve the technology back. I do have a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got the number right there. Even though, remember when we did that, things got crazy, man. But what we might do is open up the phone line, but I gotta figure out how to do that. You know what I mean? We might open up that phone line to see if we can maintain a degree of sanity while interacting through this. But right now I can't do it. Somebody get Infinite in here because I got a question for Infinite. You see? Because look, guys, look, I gotta ask him. Look, before he even comes in, just listen. We grumpy? It's our tree. It's our tree. It's not. I need to ask how this. Somebody get Infinite in. Yeah. Our tree is full of grumpy. It's full of grumpy individuals. And this is the kind of talking we have to hear. Somebody get Infinite in. Is he in here? I see the count going up. Is this Allah will manifest in here? I've been trying to not pay attention to your comments and get sidetracked. Because y'all know Allah will manifest and take you to another world when you're going in. Well, when he gets in here, we'll have him. When he gets in here, we'll have him. Hopefully he'll make it in here by the, before we jump off. We're not going to be on too much longer. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was already a little bit under the weather. So I'm definitely about to make a stop by the supermarket. I don't need no junk food today. You know what I mean? I got a little bit of that salad left. You know what I'm saying? Got a little bit of pasta. So that is the law will manifest. He's in another realm by himself. But I don't know what it is. I mean, look, I need y'all help. I'm reaching out. I'm reaching out for y'all help right now. How do we, us brothers from New York, how do we kind of, interact with the brothers from out of town without hurting their feelings, without warranting this level of vitriol. Why didn't you tell me that the music was blasting all the time? Y'all can hear me? Sean G. This foundation, I want to come help clean up the yard. When is a good time to patch in? I have your mouth, you gave it to. Actually, I was going to be doing it yesterday, but I got sick, so it's not next weekend, it's going to be next Monday or Tuesday. I introduce myself as God Almighty, you divine. So I think the brother was misquoting you or had a misunderstanding of something you were saying. Nah, see, sometimes, this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta just deal with the hardcore reality. So a lot of niggas don't like me. I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Look, if it's hard to believe for you, trust me. I could imagine why any person wouldn't like me. I mean, what's not to like? But, yeah, no doubt. I still got that one. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's some people that's just the deal. Like, you know, see, it's people that represent something. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like, if you about something else, then you can't like that person. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what I'm doing, like for instance, I never liked the class monitor and shit. You know what I'm saying? I never liked that person. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was a person that I knew them and I didn't fuck with them while they was hall monitoring. They don't talk to me right now. When we get out of recess, you know, if you good at sports or something, I'll fuck with you. But you know, don't be talking to me while you being the class monitor. You see what I'm saying? So by that same token, it's like you know, if I represent certain things, you know what I'm saying, at least in a person's mind, that, you know, he represents random rules. You know, he represents the rules, and we want to break the rules, so we don't like that guy. You know, it's some people, you know, you got people that they want your spot. Like you got people that's sitting there like, yo, you know, why are people watching his lives? Fuck this nigga. He don't even know what he talking about. I've been to college. Hold on. They put back straight face. You know what I'm saying? I got a master's degree. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why they watching his channel. He don't even enunciate like that. He don't enunciate like that. What is he doing in that position? And I'm over here. I'm over here in the comment section. You got people like that, son. And you don't know that's how it be. Like, you just like whoa. You know how you walk into a room. You know how you walk into the room, right? And they got the heater right by the door. So when you walk in, you feel that heat, like whoa, whoo. He wasn't expecting that. That's how these people be. You don't know till something happened. You be like, whoa. That's how you felt the whole time? So, you know, you can't. Like I said, you always know where love comes from. You know, very seldom do a person just walk up to a stranger and say, I love you and shit. Like, I don't know you, I don't know nothing about you. You ain't never did nothing for me. I never heard of you in life, but I love you. But there's motherfuckers that hate each other like that. And these motherfuckers never met each other, you know what I'm saying? But just look, I'm one way and you a different way, and I hate you. That's not what I'm saying. That's how it works. You know what I mean? Self-Bill said, wouldn't the answer be for them to get their old channel and tune out? That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't understand. Like, he's going to say, I'm worshiping another, like, my G. You're the one, you know. I mean, dude, I don't know you, man. I'm you know what I'm saying? Why exactly? Like saying, we exiled you. Like, what more do you need? See, that would be a great segue. But we're not even going to do that. We're not even going to do that. But that's the kind of thing I wonder, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what is it? He said he only saw 5 of your video. That's a lie. He was here all the time. Listen, I don't know why y'all want to expose that man like that. That man has done express hate at the highest level for me, and now y'all gonna talk about that man like he love me. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Mr. Wentworth. We gotta maintain some decorum. We gotta maintain some decorum over here on Random Jews. But it just goes to show you, G. It's like I said, it's like, you know, I said this a couple of days ago. You know when you moving mountains and shit when somebody try to get on the other side of the mountain and stop you. See, if you ain't got no haters, you probably ain't got no love. See, like right now, right? Every nigga that got a girl, everybody in this room that got a girl, a wife, a earth, whatever you call it. There's a nigga out there that hates you, son. There's a nigga out there that had this shit all mapped the fuck out. They was gonna have 6 children, living in a mansion on the California coastline. And have the YouTube family channel, son. And here you come, your fucking Pookie and Ray Ray ass, and fuck that up. Trust me, that nigga exists. You don't think about him. You don't think about him on a regular basis, but he thinks about you. Hey, listen. Depending on your girl, you might got more than one nigga out there that hate you like that. Not saying that your girl was doing that, but I'm saying she might just be at a level where she had that much dudes that was planning like that. You know, she might have been that girl since elementary school. You see what I'm saying? Like, sir, remember when Jermaine Dupri got Janet Jackson? Certain amount of hate came out. Certain amount of hate came out from dudes that had plans for that. See, now she's a little bit older, you don't see the same amount of hate going out to the dude, you see what I mean? But yeah, a certain amount of hate, man. You know? Now, Russell Wilson, I'm not saying that none of the stuff people are saying about him is true, but there's a certain amount of hate in that, son. There's a certain amount of hate, son. I'm telling you. That's the science of physics. Opposite but equal reaction. And listen, it's not a one-way street. Ladies, and I know it's not many of y'all, but if you're watching this channel, if you still tuned in, after the Hotep period has been over, trust me, there's a woman out there that feels like you shattered her dreams. You know, and that's just the way it works. I don't know what else to I don't know how else to put it. You know, like I said, for me, I've come to grips with it. That there's just certain people. Smoked out said he's not sure what the topic is. I've been freestyling for a minute now. So let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. You know, perhaps maybe I got a little bit caught up. Maybe that's for the City Sciences channel. Maybe I should have brought that up over there. You know, but I just listen, and we're not gonna go there. But I just want to say, you see this? Same thing, son. Same thing. But this was the topic, Smoked Out. We was just speaking in terms of the title of the live was Cipher Now, Equality, Mind. Meaning one mind, right? And see, in order to be one mind, right, when we deal with the mind, we're not just dealing with, abstract ideas. You know what I'm saying? We're dealing with, everything that's manifest from that. Because we know that that's just the foundation of all the existence, that we come in tune with. You know what I'm saying? And, having that kind of view that I guess what they call a holistic view of it, right? We don't just look at the mind as abstract thoughts and ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It's also the culture. You understand what I'm saying? You can have all this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but how you living really? You can have man, woman, and child, but what is their culture? Now you got man, woman, and child where they done killed each other. In all directions. You've got men that have killed their women and babies. You've got women that have killed their husband and babies. You've got children that have killed their parents. So just because you got that, that don't make it right and exact. We still got to see what your culture is. We got to still see how you manifested your power. Yeah, you had knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, but how did you manifest it? See, did you come up with sovereignty papers? Did I come up with sovereignty papers to sell y'all? Actually, that's coming soon. Coming soon. You know what I mean? Get your, keep your savings up and shit, because I ain't sure how much the price is going to be, but that's coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Or do a person really go out and uplift the people around them with the things that they know? See, how did you manifest your power? You know what I mean? What was your equality? How was your equality? What did you leave the people with after in exchange with you? Like after I met you, I seen you doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know, some motherfuckers say there ain't no equality there. You don't really remember like the person's name or nothing about them. Like you see them and you recall their face, but you don't really remember their name or nothing. Because in the exchange, you wasn't really left with no equality. See, that's why sometimes, like, say in a situation like this, right? I'm talking. So everybody that's on the live right now, you experiencing my equality to you. You're gonna leave here with something. But some people don't even speak in the comment section. So if that person comes up to me and say, yo, I've been watching the lives and shit, you know what I mean? Now look, if it's somebody like 793rd, that already happened. When I met 793rd, he came up, he greeted me with his righteous name, but then he said, yo, it's 793rd from, oh shit, all right. Yes, I mean, I know who he is because I was left with some equality from him. See, we still don't know that about you. See, we don't know what worlds you was God of. We knew what your potential and your power was, but we don't know what worlds you was God of. Was you the God of smoking crack? And that's not to be funny. I'm serious. Was you the God of smoking crack? Was you the God of eating out the fucking garbage can? See, when we gonna see what you built? When we gonna see that? When we gonna see if that was born dead or born alive? See, that's why it's other steps and stages to being one of us. Not to knowing that you God. Not to knowing that knowledge comes before wisdom. Not to knowing that it rain, hail, snow, and also hear thunder above your heads. Anybody can know that. But the failure to acknowledge that this is a family is simply disrespect. And you wouldn't do that to no other group of people. Like, nigga, if you come into this country from another country, where is your fucking papers? Are you one of us? Now, look, you can come in. You can visit with us. But we need to know who the fuck you are. You're not one of us. And it doesn't just count that, oh, you speak the language or you know this or you know that. No, it's all of the mathematics that we going through. See, people that think you could just study this is the people that, at best, they get to understand it. But see, like I said, when it really comes to, okay, what is your culture with this? Right? What did you manifest your power for? What was the equality that you left people with after exchanges with you? Which worlds was you God of? Can we see what you built? Can we see if it was born alive or born dead? See, these are the things that make us Cipher, now, equality, mind, one mind. We're not followers. You see, a lot of things, that's the thing. The internet world, because it's make-believe and consequences don't really exist. Like, what's the most going to happen? You going to get suspended off Facebook? But see, there ain't no niggas right now in Ukraine right? When an order is given, a motherfucker is saying, oh, you just want me to follow you. No, because you know that's life and death now. When we say we going this way, you know you better not go that way. Because life and death is on the line. See, playing them type of games, right, is liking the devil, because the devil gives you nothing. And see, as soon as he ain't there to back you up, then we gonna see. Which is precisely why he don't want to come to New York. See, when you gotta stand on the square for yourself, but you know, that basically was. I actually had another title smoked out. It was all lined up. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know what happened. I didn't recall that. And then I saw this dude talking in the comment section. Now you're talking about protecting the black woman. I hope we not listen. I said we not going. Let's not deal with that, man. You know, I'm trying to refrain, man. I'm trying to refrain, man. Smoked out said equality is just as poignant right now. Yeah. Every step and stage of the mathematics is very important. You know what I'm saying? You know, and see, the longer we have the knowledge, the more we see that. Like when we first get the knowledge, you know, for most of us, look, we can stop at the knowledge degree. You listen, for a lot of people, you get them the knowledge degree in 1 in 10, they Gucci. The fuck else do I need to know? You know what I'm saying? This is it. Who the fuck is Yaku? I'm good right here. But as time go on, and you got to live more life, and you got to activate more knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to be successful and save your life, you start to see that all of those degrees is important. Even the ones that come out to 31 in a month that you don't quote every month. See what I'm saying? Like, then why did God make devils? Understanding what you build before it destroys you. But you know, that was the gist of what I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? You know, that was what I wanted to say, you know, in terms of that topic, you know, where I see that, or let's just say that, you know, the video that was posted, it kind of sparked that. You know what I'm saying? You know, personally, in terms of responding to a lot of things he said, I mean, listen, man. Like he said, I got hundreds of videos on here over years, so everybody know what I teach. You know, teaching somebody to be a follower, they know it's not what I do. See, that's what I mean when I say sometimes all you got to do is be you. And then the person saying some bullshit only makes themselves seem ridiculous. They only make themselves seem ridiculous. Like if you go somewhere and say, yeah, you know, Darkim, see, first of all, you know, I think it's pretty clear. I think maybe even in the last video, within the last 2 videos, I recall telling y'all that y'all Mecca is out where y'all at. And out there, you're going to be Allah. And even mentioning that I don't even have the potential to do that here. Because all that science was already manifested. All I could come and do is play my role. See, I'm on audio and videotapes now. Used to be this brother named Positive, not used to be, there's a brother named Positive Influence. You know, the same positive influence that I told y'all, we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we got the 2-piece, and he gave me the big piece of chicken. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. How's your culture? How's your equality? See, when he shared that equality with me, it made me feel just a certain kind of like, yo, the guys is, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is dope, man. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? But one thing he always used to say, right? And at first, I didn't understand it. He used to say, everything we doing is being recorded on audio and videotape. And this was decades before the camered up world. This is decades before the cell phone camera and all that shit. And when I came to an understanding of it, right, when the first thing that I seen, and see, this is a good example of why, you know, just being there, right, of you know, the importance of your presence, right? The way I came to understand what he was saying is one day there was an event. It's like an event going on. And we was all in front of the school, a whole bunch of us, right? And whatever happened, there was a young baby that was there. It was like a family event. So it's, you know, men, women, and children out there. And the baby had ran off of the sidewalk. So, you know, everything was cool. They got the baby and everything. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no particular kind of situation. But Positive turned around. He looked at me. He said, yo, God, you know, if something would have happened to that baby, man, we all would have had to pay. That would have been on all of us. You know what I'm saying? And then he said, maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But everything is being recorded on audio and video tape. And that's when I got it. So see, I'm already recorded on audio and video tape. You come and say what the fuck you want to say. And I'm not just talking about YouTube. I'm just telling you, a lot of these different situations, especially that may arise, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about into the future, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, things like, you know, what happened with the science of George Floyd, you know, what if that went to another level? You know, or certain things that's going on right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been there when society collapsed before. What if it collapsed again and we really forced to use this knowledge and wisdom, not for no technology, but to actually get food, clothing, and shelter? Will you begin to see how important all of these real life things is then? But you know, that used to be a joke amongst us. And when you see certain people, they say, you know, hey, look, man, you know, they say the joke, you know, One of these people are doing their own thing. One of these people do not belong. I guarantee you, we was little kids, we used to make fun of people. But if you wasn't one mind with us, that's what we used to say. And listen, I see people catch some bad decisions, G. I'm talking about in the world, not amongst the 5%, but just like, listen, they was off point. You know what I'm saying? When, you know, we like, yo, listen, this is the deal, right? And we all on point. So, all right, everybody react properly, but you off point. So, that's real life, man. Wordsmith says some people need to internet fast, like a good month. It's good for mental health. Hey, listen, perhaps we need that. We need to put that kind of prescription out. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like I said, I need to catch this supermarket pretty much before 10 o'clock. So, you know, we're gonna go back now. We're gonna see. Let's go on ahead. Let's go on ahead and conduct this voting once again. You know, for those that don't know, we've had Mr. Crying Jordan here, Crying Jordan here as our mean. You got all right, smoked out. Go ahead, shoot, because we got to do the voting here. But you know, for those that have been on the channel for a while, you know that Crying Jordan, you know, oftentimes just the I don't know if you would call it dialogue, but sometimes it brings you to tears. So we've had Crying Jordan as a meme here at Random Jewels from the very beginning days. You know what I'm saying? Rick James as well. But Rick is still in the category by itself. Rick, actually, when you think about it, you're right. Will Smith very well. He had a Rick James moment and a Crying Jordan. He had a Rick James moment with the 5 fingers speaking to the face, and a Crying Jordan moment in the same night. How often does that happen? You know what I'm saying? But at any rate, here, we're retiring. We're retiring Crying Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And we're right now. We're taking the voting. See, I came across a brother a while back with a post about my nation. About in my nation, this is not peace. In my nation, this is peace, not this. But what is that? Cross fingers? It looks like good luck on my screen. I don't know. But so these are the choices once again. This is choice 1. For anyone who wants to vote. Anyone who wants to vote. That's choice 1. If you would like this particular version to replace Crying Jordan, this as the new meme. Oh, but then wait a minute, that's my fault, y'all. I didn't realize it didn't come. But yeah, this is I know self-identity. It's so hard to say goodbye. It is. You know, Quiet Jordan has been with us. You know, look, we probably pull him back out. You know, we probably pull him back out for extreme situations. You know, some extreme situations. We probably, you know, he is Jordan after all. But, you know, in light of these new occurrences, I think, yeah, I think it's only right that we recognize that, you know, even the crying Jordan moments have been eclipsed. So that's one. Here's version 2. You know, I can't lie. You know, I don't want to tip the scales. I don't want to tip the scales. So if you know, we're about to do the ballots in a second, right? If you like version 1, you're gonna be typing 1 in the comment section. If you like version 2, you're gonna be typing 2 in the comment section, right? You know, and like I said, I hate to tilt the scales, but I would have to say, so, you know, out of those 2, I'm probably leaning a little bit more towards number 2. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's 2. And this right here, you know, I do the, you know, this one is a little, it's more dramatic. I like the dramatic effect of it. You know what I'm saying? But this is version 3. You're gonna be typing 3 in the box. If you would like this to replace Crying Jordan, this is what you're gonna be typing 3 in. You know what I'm saying? I like, you know, 3 is dramatic. It's you know what I'm saying? But I think 2 is you know, two is extremely worthy. I think two is extremely worthy. You know, I see we got Lord Shallah and Justice Born is already voted for 2. I think we had a lot of votes for 2 already. So-Fi Bill said he can't let Jordan go. He wants to keep. He wants to hang on. He wants to hang on to Jordan. So SW said 2. You know, I do think it looks like it looks like perhaps you talking about the one I saw that with Pookie. You talking about with Pookie when he's smoking the crack pipe? You see, not for nothing. You know, I mean, you know, Chris Rock is not like that. You know what I mean? Nobody, you know what I'm saying, like that. That's, you know, y'all got me going into the topic now. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, I don't think he would have did that to somebody like Cedric the Entertainer or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm saying, you know, to a certain degree, like, don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? You know, you know, to a certain degree, you know, you got slapped, you know what I mean? But the way it happened, like, as Will Smith is walking up to him, if you notice, he got his hands behind his back. And then Will slap him, right? And then he comes right back to position with his hands behind his back. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he definitely, you could tell it was a shock moment. You know what I'm saying? It threw him off a little bit. Like, you could see he, you know, had to get his words together and everything a couple times. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, for who he is, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he was somebody else, then it would be like, nah, son, you should, you know, when he was walking back to the what's his name, you know what I'm saying? When he was walking back off the stage, You know what I'm saying? But you know, for who he is, I had to say he took it like a G, son. You know what I'm saying? He took it like, yeah, that was some girl shit, son. But you know what we'll do then? So right now, let's just say we got the winner from tonight is version 2. Version 2, so far we replacing Crying Jordan with version 2. Right? Now tomorrow, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna have this version right here, right? And then against Pookie. We're gonna have Pookie with the crack pipe crying, right? And then we're gonna vote. We're gonna vote to see between these two who ends up with the crown. Who ends up with the crown for the replacement of Crying Jordan. Maya said Will Smith recently released an apology. You mean the same apology from that he said at the end of the Academy Awards, or he released another one? It's not for nothing, son. That's not really the kind of shit you can or should apologize for. Like, if that's what you're saying, like you did that for your wife, then what the fuck you saying sorry for? Oh yeah, I gotta pay my bill. I didn't realize I got like I don't need it. I just gotta put like $1 on my Apple account, and then I gotta pay for that program where I send the text out. But yeah, I haven't sent it out in a little minute. He apologized on Facebook to him personally. I mean, I had to see it, man. Right now, I'm like, yo, listen, B. I mean, look, it depends on what he did. Like, if he came out and admitted that, yo, listen, see, y'all lucky Myers. See, I only have a few. let me word this. Let me word this. But listen, if in his apology he said, listen, man, you know, my bad, Chris, you know, what I was really mad about is, you know, the young boy clapped my wife's cheeks. He clapped my wife's cheeks and made a song about it, and went all over, you know, social media, giving interviews. And then, you know, I tried to be a bigger man, you know what I'm saying, and ignore it, you know, and be on TV laughing about it and doing interviews and shit. But it was really eating me up inside, you know what I mean? So it wasn't really what you said, but it was like, yo, it just was like, you know, everything together, it took me over the top, son. You know what I mean? My bad. Now, he said that, listen, shit happens. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But if he says that's you know, listen. I don't know. Is that how did I'm just telling you that if I was Chris Rock, you know, or even being from the outside looking in, you know, what I think is, I guess you would say, you know, what is acceptable. What is acceptable for you to accept? You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I'm saying, like, suppose if that was my son, they got slapped like that. You know what I'm saying? And he apologized like how I just shot. I said, look, son, shit happened. Yeah, battery life is running out. So we getting ready to be out of here. But violence is poison. I'm embarrassed thing. Listen, man, like I said, man, that's the only thing you can tell me is, look, that's what I'm really upset about. Because that's the real deal. That's the real deal. You're not mad because he said that shit right there. Say, let's keep it 100. How many bald Uncle Phil jokes did Will Smith tell? I'll wait. How many jokes about Uncle Phil losing his head did Will Smith tell? He's got to read his Bible, man. See, what's really sad about it, though, to me, is Will is losing his mind, man. He's losing his fucking mind, man. The man was a fucking legend before that Red Table Talk shit came out. And now this is what he's reduced to, man. This what he's reduced to, man. Slapping Chris Rock on national TV because that young boy clapped your white cheeks. And then she came out and said she really loved Tupac. And then she said, you're not handling business, Will. Now, I'm not in it one way or the other, but I'm just saying that's what you really mad about, man. And you picked on Chris Rock because of that. Who knows, man? I guess it happens to the best, man. It happens to the best. I can't call it. You know what I'm saying? But it's I'm looking at it from that perspective too. That damn, saying I seen this shit happen a few too many times. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it works the other way. In fact, Mike, I got that question right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I look at these situations, right? Like, remember Mike Tyson and Robin Givens? Never saw Mike Tyson the same again after that Barbara Walters interview, son. Like, think about how many things that Mike used to do and say before that we was like, oh shit, yo, Mike hard, yo, Mike was that, Mike be with that street gangster shit. And then after Robin Givens, you start, like, yeah, this nigga Mike ain't got it all, man. This nigga crazy. Does it work the same with women? Like, is there a woman out there that a man just destroyed her like that? We ain't talking about Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige just better pay the guy his money. I don't want to hear nothing. She just better pay the guy his money. Maybe Wendy Williams. But even with those situations, it's kind of not the same. And then with Wendy Williams, she got that extra thing where it's like, yeah, you made your living doing this to other people, so nobody's really gonna have no sympathy for you. But do we have other examples like this where a woman has been driven mad? Even Kanye right now. You know, not saying that Kanye was perfectly sane before, but we see it kind of reaching a critical mass right now. You said Sherry Shepherd too, with the abandoned baby situation, but now they are giving her a show, so I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't know who Sherry Shepherd is. I have seen that name, like in the, you know, like if you just scrolling through it and you see, you know, whatever. I don't know if you do reality TV or what, but you know, it's a shame, man, that you know, Will is going out like this right now, man. Like, you know, man's a fucking legend. Heavy said, sister. You're not talking about the woman that's on she's on that talk show? Like it's four of them, four women. No, I'm thinking her name is, I think, Lonnie Love or some shit. Hold on, let me Google it. Let me see if I see oh no, I don't know her. What she do? She's definitely from the Cap era, born in 1967. Oh, she do be on The View. All right. Yeah, this is I mean, well, full disclosure, I'm not, I don't exactly watch The View, so you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm exactly in their demographic. Oh yeah, that's the Cap era, yo. You got these women, these Generation X women that act like they don't know, what the science is. You know what I'm saying? To me, they all capping. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, even like when they say, they did all of this stuff because of men. No, you didn't. You did that because that image of women like Jack Kay came out. That image of women like when Whoopi Goldberg at the end of that movie, remember at the end of The Color Purple, she left with that broad that was a prostitute. And so this idea that, you're going to go out there and have all this fun and shit if you stop listening to men and letting them control your life, that's what you was doing. Now you want to go back and blame rap music. You want to go back and say it's because of rap music. Stop it. Like if you was born, this is what I'm saying, this is cap. If you was born in 1967, right, you gotta remember that overt sexual music didn't come out to Luke Skywalker. That's in the 90s. You was in your 20s. What was you doing listening to Luke Skywalker? Telling you to do, and you what? That's cap, son. They grew up around the same women I grew up around. See, let me tell you something. You know why Sierra's winning? Because Russell Wilson don't got to tell her, don't make no fucking plans for Sunday afternoon. You know what the fuck time it is. I play football and we do the games on Sunday. See, you got these women standing around. Well, I just don't know what he wants me to do. I'm confused. Full of caps, man. don't fall, don't fall for any of that BS. They got whole shows now. It's a show with well, first of all, Jada Pinkett, full stop. But I wasn't even talking about it. They got a show with what's the girl's name? The girl that was in ID4, the girl that was in Independence Day, with Vivica Fox is on there. The Brat sister, what's her name? Light skinned girl. She was in the stripper movie. There's her. There's the girl that had the baby for the dude from God. Yeah, Lisa Ray, that's her. You know, and a couple, you know, it's another woman that be on there too. And they come on there spreading all the Selena, I think it's her. Selena that used to do she used to do R&B. Selena Johnson. All that shit they talking on there is caps, son. All that shit they talking on there is caps, son. I was there, son. I was there. So that whole era of women, you know, first of all, you know, just it's one of the things where it's like, you know, I was there, I seen you in action. That's cap, you know. And then second of all, I just think they doing a disservice to younger women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you could pick any gang in America, right? You know, you could pick any drug in America, and you will find some brothers that used to be involved with that they out there now telling the young people, yo, look, don't do what I did, don't get involved with that. You know what I'm saying? See, these, and you know, this is after my time. Somebody had to tell me what this means, right? But these older 304s is doubling down on the bullshit, right? So I don't get it, man. But that's a whole other topic. That's really for the City Sciences channel. You know what I mean? But at any rate, you know, that's good. You know, we had some comedy today, but you know, listen, man. Sometimes you gotta learn to laugh this shit off, man. You know, look at how many names I've been called today. You know, that's why I say you gotta learn to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn to embrace it. Yeah, the 304s. I just learned that one. I like that. I like these older 304s. Smoked Out said that's a cycle that has basis in reality, though. How you mean? I'm not disagreeing. How you mean? What you saying? Yeah. See, those older 304s. See, one thing they mad about is they didn't perfect the game. See, these younger 304s, they perfected the game, right? Where the man doesn't know he's making a purchase. He's under the impression he's in a relationship, but he's purchasing a service. See, the older 304s didn't get that right. You see what I'm saying? And so now they over there talking crazy about how everything is the fault of rappers. When they say, yo, black men this, black men that, and then you name the list you talking about rappers and basketball players. Okay, most rappers and basketball players is black men, but most black men are not rappers and basketball players. You know what I'm saying? You said, you mean to tell me it's not a group of brothers that can't transcend the realm of six, and as such are beholden to the power of the earth. You know, if you notice, you know, when you between the alphabet and between the supreme mathematics and the supreme alphabet, equality is a little bit different. Seeing one is 6 and one is 5. And yeah, God, some people get confused. I mean, in our perfect world, it would be different. But we see what happened on stage yesterday. We see what happened, son. Smoked out. You hit on a key point there that, look, we should say that. Don't let the power you power you. But yeah, Smoke, that's the deal. Smoked out said, I see Darkim hanging out with the young guys talking about 304. I'm young bucks, son. What you talking about? Wait till the summertime come. When the summertime come out to peel off and show y'all my abs. About to show my abs this summer. Hold up, what was the question you asked up here a while back though too? Smoke Dower said, why do brothers keep saying that about the color purple? You had to be there, Smoke Dower. It was a change. It was a shift in the world. Like the color purple is up there with like the Rodney King verdict. Like the world, after this right here, Act 793, Act SW, Act Shallah, Act Arabi, they'll tell you, son, the world changed. The world changed. I mean, there was other things happening. You know what I'm saying? You know, a different world coming out. You know what I'm saying? You know, things just started happening where I don't know how to explain it on this channel. I can only tell you on the City Sciences channel that, you know, sometime around 1991, 1992, I don't have the words. You know, but let's say this. Around that time is when hookup culture started becoming bigger. Not saying that, you know, it was never people hooking up, but, you know, you gotta remember between the 70s and the 80s, you know what I mean? You know, you start getting a lot of like AIDS and shit. Perfect example. You know what I mean? Like there was shit that was, you know, people was, you know, shit was a little bit cautious. You know what I'm saying? Something happened around that time where things just became happy-go-lucky to a point, and you know, that kind of empowerment, that radical black feminism started really taking hold around that time. That kind of radical black feminism that is in particularly, it attacks black men from America. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, you know, there's white Pookie and Ray Rays too, you know. There's Hispanic Pookie and Ray Rays. There's Asian Pookie and Ray Rays. But for some reason, when you say that, the image always goes to a black man. You know what I'm saying? You know, much in the same way that a lot of people, including myself, would say that, listen, you wouldn't have did that, Will Smith, you wouldn't have did that to the dude that be on late night TV. If he was the host, you wouldn't have did that. If Amy Schumer was the host, you wouldn't have did that. If the boyhead girl that just broke up with Common, you would not have done that. In every way, you picked Chris Rock because you knew you could get away with that. From the fact that he's not no warrior like that, to the fact of who he is, you know what I'm saying? And, the type of characters like James Evans, you know what I'm saying? Even though that was a comedy and there was a lot of silly things about him, but Red Fox was a business owner. Those type of characters disappeared